Marshal of the Royal Air Force Sir Arthur Travers Harris, 1st Baronet. April 13, 1892 to April 5, 1984. Commonly known as Bomber Harris by the press and often within the RAF as Butch Harris, was Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, AOC&C, RAF Bomber Command during the height of the Anglo-American strategic bombing campaign against Nazi Germany in the Second World War. Born in Gloucestershire, Harris emigrated to Rhodesia in 1910, aged 17. He joined the 1st Rhodesia Regiment at the outbreak of the First World War and saw action in South Africa and South-West Africa. In 1915, Harris returned to England to fight in the European theatre of the war. He joined the Royal Flying Corps, with which he remained until the formation of the Royal Air Force in 1918. Harris remained in the Air Force through the 1920s and 1930s, serving in India, Mesopotamia, Persia, Egypt, Palestine, and elsewhere. At the outbreak of the Second World War in 1939, Harris took command of No. 5 Group RAF in England, and in February 1942 was appointed head of Bomber Command. He retained that position for the rest of the war. In the same year, the British cabinet agreed to the area bombing of German cities. Harris was given the task of implementing Churchill's policy and supported the development of tactics and technology to perform the task more effectively. Harris assisted British Chief of the Air Staff Marshal of the Royal Air Force Charles Portal in carrying out the United Kingdom's most devastating attacks against the German infrastructure and population, including the bombing of Dresden. After the war, Harris moved to South Africa, where he managed the South African Marine Corporation. He was created a baronet in 1953. Harris's continued preference for area bombing over precision targeting remains controversial, partly because many senior Allied air commanders thought it less effective, and partly for the large number of civilian casualties and destruction the strategy caused in continental Europe.